The Olympic National Park in Washington was named for the home of the Greek gods. So here we go. If you are looking for some of the best hikes in the Olympic National Park or just a weekend travel itinerary, then you, my friend, are in the right spot. What's up, guys? I'm Jessica, and I am an adventure traveler, vlogger, mom, hiker, bubbly water connoisseur, and I have spent the last 3 days making a loop around the Olympic National Park, checking off some of the best hikes and designing a weekend travel itinerary. But before we get into it, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it really helps me out. Let's get into it. So, going up to Mount Storm King, my first evening here in the Olympic Peninsula, Olympic National Park. So I couldn't leave as early as I wanted today. So I had to get up here, get a campsite, and decided I was gonna launch into my trip with a sunset hike. And doing all the research I could, Mount Storm King is top tier for that. So once you split off from Marymere Falls Trail, you immediately start switchbacking up. So you get to start out with a very lovely, gentle half mile, and then it is all uphill from there. So be prepared. I like to go at whatever pace I feel like I can maintain for hours. I used to get kind of excited early on in hikes, and I'd start powering through really fast, and then I'd be dragging so hard at the top, which is still liable to happen, but I've learned to pace myself a little bit better, and I actually make better time and have to take less breaks. So that works for me. Let me know down in the comments what you do. Are you a race up, or are you a slow and steady plotter? What's your game? Who else? Do you ever hold your breath when you're hiking? You're going up, you're like passing people. I'm not winded. This isn't hard at all. Beyond this point, it's a go at your own risk type deal. There is no sign or anything saying that we can't do this, but it is a rope climb through parts of it to get to the top. So I'm gonna check it out, see how I feel about it. I think I'm feeling pretty good so far. Seen a kid on trail, seen a dude in Crocs. I think I got it. And at this point I am at about 1,700 feet according to the map, so about 400 feet to go, and I am making great time. There will be plenty of time to watch sunset. So let's see, and the view is pretty sweet. It's beautiful. So this was the 8th rope climb, and then there is the final scramble. So, what have we learned? If you are afraid of heights, there is a nice spot just below the rope area that is great for watching sunset and seeing the lake. Beautiful hike. Yeah, the rope climb was it wasn't too hard. For me, I did not look down though, and when I go back down, I will probably go down facing up, hand over hand, kind of backing down, and try to avoid looking down as much as possible, only when necessary. I saw some people trying to kind of scooch down, and it just seemed like very folly, so I tend to kind of follow what rock climbers do and kind of come down backwards with my back to the air so that I can be grabbing onto things and looking down and checking where I'm going to place my feet. So that's my tip for kind of a safe way to descend. So let's get over this scramble area and make it to the official Mount Storm King summit. Cool. All right, so we are back at the same Storm King Ranger Station, Storm King Trailhead we were at for sunset last night, except this time we are not gonna go up Storm King. I don't think I have it in me to do that at 6:30 in the morning. This time we're going up to Marymere Falls. So it's one of the big beauties of the Olympic National Park. One a lot of people really like to go to, so I'm really looking forward to seeing it. It's just 1.7 miles out and back, and like less than 300 vertical feet to go to. So let's go check it out. I think I'm the only person here right now, which is a perk to early visiting. So that was a great morning jaunt, and I'm so happy I hit it right at the morning because I was up there by myself and I got to take all the pictures I wanted. But I am starving now and I am super ready for coffee. So since we're right here by the Crescent Lake Lodge, I'm gonna go get breakfast. Okay, so now that I've gotten breakfast and coffee and I'm feeling more alive again, now I'm going to head over to another hike on Lake Crescent because this one's a pretty easy trail. It's mostly paved from what I understand, and it's only about 18 minutes according to the maps from the lodge. So it's has beautiful views of the lake, Devils Punchbowl. It's the Spruce Railroad trail, and I wanted to include this one because I wanted to give options for people who may be limited on climbing 2,000 feet. So this is going to be an easy one with beautiful views, so let's go check it out. So I'm really loving this trail so far. It's super easy, super accessible. You can go 9 miles if you want, or there are places to stop. I think at 2 miles is Devils Punchbowl. There's the railroad area. So a lot of history to the trail, super great for anybody who wants to enjoy it. All right, so the left trail, which is no longer wheelchair accessible, leads to Devil's Punchbowl. Or there's the railroad tunnel. What do I want to do? I think I want to go to Devil's Punchbowl. That's what I want to do. I want to go see that. Maybe you'll come back and go through the dark, spooky tunnel. So I love this trail to Punchbowl on the Spruce Railroad Trail because it really gives you a chance to appreciate up close Lake Crescent. You walk right along the lake the whole way, and then you come to this beautiful little alcove with a little bridge, and you really get to look down into this crystal clear blue water. So some fun facts about Lake Crescent. It doesn't have nitrogen in it, or as much nitrogen in it as most lakes, which means algae cannot grow in here. So that is what leads to this crystal clear blue water that it is famous for. And then the second fun fact is it is the second deepest lake in Washington, and the official report says it's 680 feet deep at its deepest point. Some reports have called it 1,000, but I err on the side of caution, so we're calling it 680. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love this trail for people who are looking for something short, midday, up close and personal with Lake Crescent. Definitely recommend. So I could continue up the trail, but I've decided that instead of continuing up the lake, I want to get on the water. So I brought my paddleboard along. It is getting hot, and I think instead of hiking, I want to go paddle. So if you do have floaty toys, bring them with you. And if you don't have floaty toys, you can rent kayaks and I believe paddle boards from Lake Cresent Lodge. So sweet tip, I highly recommend getting up close and personal and intimate with this beautiful lake. So let's go get on the water.
After hiking and paddling the afternoon away, I was super ready to make it to camp, which was the Sol Duc Falls campground in the Sol Duc Valley. It is tucked into the northern part of the Olympic National Park and is a really beautiful campsite with lots of lush old growth surrounding it. It runs at about $30 a night for campers, and you get access to the resort hot springs and showers. But for me, I just wanted to get some food, find a cool place to hang up my hammock, and take a nap. So since my sunset on the beach plan was ruined because of weather on the coast, I came up with an alternative plan that was right near the campground.
If you find yourself at the Sol Duc campground and you have some time to kill like I do, I want to encourage you guys to come and check out these little roadside trails. They are super cool, they're beautiful, they're short, they're easy. But my favorite part is that the park has done such a great job of giving us the option to wander through this old growth forest. And I love doing that. And I love the signage that teaches you about how important it is to the spotted owls to have these old growth groves. And so they make it really nicely available to most people by having these sweet little loops that go through it and just let you step into this old growth. Good morning. So it is a very crisp spring morning here. And so the first spot I'm going to today is Sol Duc Falls. It makes perfect sense since the campground I'm staying in was only 3 miles up the road. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, and I wanted to get here early because this is another super popular one, and I really like having places mostly to myself. So let's go check this one out. Oh, it's super small. It's only like, you can do a 5-mile loop if you like on Lover's Lane from the campground. But if you come up to the trailhead, the falls itself is less than a mile. So it's a nice way to start the morning. Oh my God. I thought this bird was being super annoying. And I look up and there is a spotted owl sitting in the tree and the birds are flipping out at it, trying to get it to go away. I don't know if the camera can see it. I'm gonna try. I hope the camera got that. Early mornings are the best for seeing animals. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. It's very misty, so go and be prepared to get wet. When you stand on the bridge, when you stand at the viewing platforms, it's just whoosh, misty. So I had a rain jacket in the car. I didn't bring it, but I'm fine. It's warm enough and dry enough that getting misted. Little wake up mist in the morning, never hurt anyone. Anyway, so today is my last day here. So let's head on off and we are going to hit up the Hoh Rainforest. All right, hike number 2 for our final day here in the Olympic National Park. So we are heading off into the Hall of Mosses, which is a super quick 1 mile little trail, but it is iconic and super gorgeous. I can't wait to show you guys. This is a must stop if you are visiting the area. So let's get into it. And as a reminder, there is a great little sign at the beginning of the hike that says, plants grow by the inch and die by the foot. So here's a little reminder to practice leave no trace, stay on trail so we can protect and preserve these places for as long as possible. So the Hall of Moss, incredible, right? And putting it on video can only give you so much. You have to do this one if you come visit. So I'm back at the car now, and before I leave the area, I'm gonna go up the Hoh River Trail. But I have decided I am slowly turning into a swamp goblin after not showering and camping for 3 days. So I've got to do something with this mess of hair, because it's killing me. And then let's go up the Hoh River Trail. Little less swamp goblin-esque. So going up the Hoh River Trail to Mineral Creek Falls. And I've basically given up putting my tripod away because every few feet I'm like, ooh, picture op. But that's so fun for me. That is the life of a chick trying to make a YouTube channel about hiking. My arms get tired from carrying the tripod and moving it everywhere. Anyway, so hike details. To Mineral Creek Falls, total out and back is about 5.6 miles and 230 vertical feet. Not much, it's pretty flat most of the way. But the Hoh River Trail can go on for 17 miles. I think you can get up to Mount Olympus from there. Backpackers get some backcountry permits and head up. Just something I would love to do. So if anybody wins permits and you need a friend along to shoot a YouTube video, I'm your girl. Or if you have done it, leave me a comment down below. Okay, bridge magic much? Wow. So the hike was to the little waterfall, Mineral Creek Falls, but honestly, I think the feature of that was the bridge with the mossy drape hanging over it. Oh my gosh, my heart exploded. Like, am I in a fairy tale? Are fairies and elves gonna start popping out soon? So moving on, we're gonna head up now and start making our way down the coastline on my way out of the Olympics. So we're gonna stop at a beach because no Olympics trip is complete without at least one stop at a beach. Even though I didn't get my beach sunset because of the weather last night, that's okay. We'll go check it out today. It's gonna be awesome. Let's go. Oh, look, a house I can afford. Anyone hungry for some salmon?
Ruby Beach was definitely the perfect way to wrap up our weekend road trip through the Olympic National Park. So if you liked this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on the next wandering.